can feel the intensity of the world right now as I sit in my own kitchen alone. I can feel it. And I think that you feel this too. I know that wherever you are, you're feeling what's going on. Maybe you are incredibly wrapped up mentally and emotionally in everything that's going on. It's really noisy right now, right? There's no judgment there. It's just the fact. So I just want to invite you to slow down, to take a couple of breaths and come back to what is true. And really, this question of truth is what is weighing so much on my heart right now, because I see so many people, right, on all the sides talking about being on the side of good versus evil. And that's a really dangerous place to live, right? There's a lot of divisiveness that happens when we are constantly towing that line. But this is what I want you to really understand. And I asked you to take a breath with me because I need you to hear this. I need you to get out of the rush and the adrenaline that you are currently wrapped up in. And I want you to just come down to earth with me a little bit, okay? Because you can't hear it. You can't hear this message when we're all up here, right? We need to come back into our bodies. Breathe. Energy does not lie. Energy always leads, okay? So again, no matter what side you are on, when you are trolling comments, when you are commenting on other people's posts, when you are simply saying things to like incite a reaction, that energetic state comes from a much lower vibrational state, right? A much lower emotional state. That lower vibration, right, typically comes from a negative emotion, fear, anger, jealousy, greed, right? I'm just saying some lower level emotions, right? We get so wrapped up in that cycle. And then it's like our body needs more of that, right? It's like we feel alive from the rage, right? We feel alive from being angry. We feel alive from feeling wronged, from feeling victimized in some way, right? And we feel like it is our duty, our right to stand up and tell someone exactly what we think, right? And I'm not trying to silence anyone's voices. I believe so strongly in sharing your voice. But this is what I want to invite, and I really hope you're still listening, is when you can take a breath and you can come back to what's true. What's true is love. What is available and what always exists inside of us is love. That is the frequency at which all things are possible. That is the frequency at which healing happens, at which positive change is made. So how do we get to love when we're down here in the rage and the anger and all the other stuff, right? We can't always just get to love, right? We get to love through acceptance. We get to love through climbing this like emotional ladder one step at a time, okay? We get to love by taking that breath and connecting to that love within our own selves. That's where it lives, right? You don't have to seek that outside of you, okay? The connection of all things, right? Creation itself lives inside of you, and it lives inside of me, and we all have access to that. And when you move, and when you speak, and when you lead from that place, the energy is different. people listen. People don't feel threatened. They don't feel like, oh, I need to get into defense mode, right? The energy feels different. I can read a comment and I can tell if that comment came from a place of fear and hate and rage and anger, or did it come from a place of acceptance and love? There is a really big difference. And when we can all slow down and get off this loop long enough to breathe, come back to our own heart space and connect to all of everything that lives inside each and every one of us, and then move from that place, that's where the change will happen. Okay? So let's all just take a big, giant breath and remember that we're all humans, right? There are humans on the other sides of these screens. There are humans on the other sides of the comments, right? It's very easy to look at what is wrong right now, but I'm inviting you to set aside all of your beliefs and see if you can come to the one truth that exists. Okay? We all believe that we're on the right side, but we all know there can only be one real truth, and it's up to all of us to do our work, our own inner work, to come back to what that is, so that we can start treating others with kindness and respect and dignity. Sending healing to all of you, to this country, and to this world.